fighting in Lebanon.
With Hezbollah. Yeah. Joining us now, Oded Ailam is a former head of Counterterrorism Division in the Mossad there in Israel, along with our friend Walid Faris, former Trump foreign policy advisor, Newsmax contributor as well. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Walid, I want to start with you because one of the things breaking overnight is a real focus on securing the enriched uranium that we believe Iran has. Axios has a report suggesting the Trump administration is weighing a plan to potentially send in U.S. Special Forces at some point to secure the nuclear bombs that we believe they were making, to make sure loose nukes don't make their way towards America anywhere around the world. Walid, what's your sense about the danger? What's your sense about what needs to be done to secure that material?
Once that news becomes reporting on TV, we're going to try to secure this material by bringing, special forces, so on and so forth. What I feel is that there are other tracks of negotiations. So sending the decoy on the one hand, possibly doing it at the end of the day, if they really can secure it. But on the other hand, they may be engaged with higher ranking officials in the Iranian militias or others or minorities or God knows how many, to secure them in another way.
So, Oded, I want to talk to you about succession. And obviously, President Trump is saying we are going to have a role in choosing who the next leader is. We've seen stepped-up tough talk from the president of Iran, Pezeshkian, who reportedly also had a phone call today with Macron. But as someone who was head of Counterterrorism Division in Mossad, talk to us about the fact that even if Mojtaba Khamenei's son is around, the target's on his back. There's also this other big threat outside of the special forces. Today, a major story that's breaking here is that they may have chosen him but don't want to announce him because they know he'll be taken out.
First of all, we have to understand that Mojtaba is going to be some sort of a puppet that is going to be run by the Republican guards. He's not going to be in a place of decision-making as his father, at least not in the beginning. We don't know yet whether it's going to be him or someone else because they're afraid naturally for his life. But definitely once he becomes the prominent figure in Iran, automatically he becomes the target. And if I was to do a life insurance, I would secure him.
Very interesting. Walid, your sense and reaction to that, and your sense of just how Operation Epic Fury is going. There was a lot of talk heading into the weekend that we were about to hit a second phase in this war. Do you believe we're there? How's it going? What's next?
For phase one, that's a week. That's huge. I mean, most of the naval forces of the regime are gone. Most of the Air Force, what we can call Air Force, has been neutralized. Large headquarters in the militias and the regime have been destroyed, including the number one, Khamenei, who really was the cement of the regime. Phase two is basically to start the penetration, meaning wherever areas inside Iran where there is already a guerrilla, we're not encouraging, we're not landing anywhere, I think, in phase two, but start to support them and give them information. Phase three, and that is very important, we need at one point in time, not too long from now, to recognize or identify or even help forming a transitional government. And that transitional government, it would be good just until Tehran is liberated. Then the second transitional government would be actually made of bureaucrats and international and diaspora leaders, and we know most of the names at this point in time. So we are on schedule, in my view, but we need to be faster in terms of building a pre-Iran entity that would start to elevate its vision, but also very important, it would further undermine the will of the regime to continue the fight.
Oded, want to get your take on President Trump's comment yesterday saying when it comes to the Kurds, there was talk about they might be joining. He said that he had ruled out encouraging the Kurdish militia to take on the Iranian government. You mentioned the IRGC, how Mojtaba is a puppet, and they are the ones controlling everything. But who's controlling the IRGC now? And if the Kurds don't enter it, where does it go?
First of all, regarding the Kurds, I don't think it's a very good idea to use the Kurds in order to disintegrate Iran, because nobody wants to see there's some sort of Iraq happening in Iran. And let's not forget, the Kurds are a small minority in Iran. So I don't think this is going to happen, and I don't think they have the capability and the capacity. If I can somehow point to some prominent figures right now, I would say it's Wahidi, the new head of the Republican Guards. This guy is wanted by the Interpol. He wanted by the United States for bombing the barracks in '83 and also the Amia building in Beirut. And Kalibaf, the head of the parliament, who is a former head of the IRGC. I think those two combined together are extremists and are there, right currently, the most likely leading what's happening.
We'll see how long they are alive. I'm sure their whereabouts are being tracked very closely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you both, Waleed, Oded. Thank you, gentlemen. Our extended coverage continues after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.